Yes, Kyle, I got a letter here from Melissa, and it was actually about her sister-in-law, Nikki, and her husband, Ian.
Right.
So Melissa wrote that she's never asked anyone for help before, but she's really desperate because in August last year, Nikki's husband, Ian, was doing some exercise and he collapsed. He was feeling unwell.
Yeah.
Shortly after, they were told that he had brain cancer.
Oh.
And it was believed that an operation should be able to fix it. Unfortunately, the operation was unsuccessful and they tried radiotherapy. That didn't work, and Ian began chemo in January, but nothing has worked. And last week, they were told that Ian only has a few days left to live.
Oh, my God. Melissa's on the phone. Melissa, this is terrible, this situation. This happens too often, too. I hate hearing these stories.
It is. It's just, you just don't think it's going to happen to you, but it does.
I think
you
the
hear about
heartbreaking,
them, right?
I think
A
the
lot.
heartbreaking thing here, as well as not only does he leave behind his wife, but he has a beautiful 8-year-old girl, Hayley, which as a parent is just your worst nightmare. You never want to leave, to think that you're going to go before your time and leave behind a daughter of that age, Melissa.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's one of the hardest things that Ian has to deal with right now, is knowing that he's leaving his baby girl behind.
And this all just came out of the blue. So just, happy, healthy, doing his exercise.
Yeah,
Felt ill, and then that's when they found the brain cancer.
Yeah, that's right. And just suddenly, we didn't know what it was for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden he has brain cancer. He went from being perfectly healthy to, in hospital getting treated for brain cancer.
How is he holding up?
He's really strong. He's one of the strongest people I know. And, he's taken a bad turn in the past few days in particular.
Yeah.
But it was great over the past week to spend some time with him, and he's been really pushing through and fighting.
He was asked what he wanted for his daughter. What did he say?
Ian had a trip planned to Disneyland with his wife and daughter this year, and more than anything, that's what Ian wanted for his daughter Hayley, to go on a trip to Disneyland.
To still be able to do that, because I know with the medical expenses that just was completely off the table, and with his health that was never going to happen.
These the medical bills, they're so expensive too, and obviously you've got to get it done. You got to fight and do everything you possibly can in this situation.
We also have Nikki on the phone, who is Ian's wife and the mother of Hayley. Hi, how are you, Nikki?
Morning.
Oh, what
So
a
sorry to
terrible
hear
thing
your
you're going through,
devastating
honey.
news.
I know.
Is he in hospital? Is he at home? Where is he?
No, he's in a hospital. He's been in hospital for probably about 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
And he's as Mel said, he's not doing too well.
Is he obviously he's the love of your life, and the torture you must be going through, feeling what's going to happen, and then you've got your little girl to look after, so you've got to be tough and brave for your little girl. How does she understand what's happening?
I think she does. To what extent, I'm not sure. I did have to try and break the news to her about 3 weeks ago, and the first thing she said to me was that, she goes, "I knew it was going to happen, Mummy." She goes, "But I didn't think it was going to happen until I'm an adult." She goes, "I'm too young to lose my daddy."
God, there's these terrible things happen to people, and it just happens too often. Is he you able to speak to him still and everything? He's still got his wits about him?
No, we get these moments where you can get his attention. He hasn't been able to talk for probably a week or so.
Is he heavily medicated, or is he on pain relief?
They've had to up his morphine quite a lot in the last 2 days.
How long has he got? Like only days, Jackie said.
About a week. They did give us a few days because he contracted pneumonia. He contracted all these other bacterial and viruses, but he battled through that. But they don't know. They keep giving us a few days, but because with the brain tumour, they said they really don't know. They said the brain behaves in weird ways.
Obviously, the money you guys were saving up for this overseas trip, because every family wants to take their little ones to Disneyland. I think that's been happening since Disneyland opened.
Melissa,
that's all been spent, has it, on the hospital bills?
Yeah, and medication. We actually just got our passports probably 3 months before it all happened.
Yeah.
And we were going to start making plans to take Hayley, because we thought she was now at that age where, she would remember the trip, but still young enough to really enjoy it.
Oh, of course.
But, yeah.
Nikki, as we heard from Melissa, she said that his wish is that you two will still be able to go to Disneyland. He really wanted that for your daughter. And that's what we would like to fulfill this morning, Nikki. We want to make that still happen.
So we've organised that. We've rung our friends at Hello World Travel, and this is what they've organised. The return flight Sydney to Los Angeles, 5 nights at Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel, so you can stay right there where all the action is. Return super shuttle transfers or from the airport and all that, because a lot of people forget, you've got to get from the airport to that place.
And obviously we want you to be able to visit Disneyland itself, so we've organised that over 3 days, as many times as you like, with spending money. And
oh my God.
I know. It's a small token, but
it was something he really wanted. So
yes.
At least we can. Hopefully, I know you've spent that on bills, but that's just something that we were told when he was able to communicate this, that's what he would have liked. So.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, our prayers are with you. Everyone listening, I'm sure that also it touches a lot of people hearing these stories. Our hearts go out to you, and when you're ready to take the trip, let us know. Thanks to our friends at Hello World Travel too. I really appreciate them jumping on board and helping this out.
Thank you so much, Nikki.
Thank you.
Our love to
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. God bless you, and look after that little girl. She's going to need you. Thank you also, Melissa, for letting us know.
People like you, we get to find out about these stories and help people, so thanks, Melissa.
All right.
Thanks, Mel. Love you.
Bye, ladies.
Thanks, girls. And our love to Hayley as well. Thanks, Nikki.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, these very sad stories. No, these sad stories are all over the place.
I know, that was a tough one this morning.
Okie dokie. Well, look, we're going to check the traffic. A few other things to do. James Blunt's coming up, and stick with us this morning. It's 22 after 8 here at KISS.
KISS 106.5.